Okay, so this is going to be a video on how to remove a graphics card. So the very first step you want to do is make sure your PC is completely powered off. So on the back of your case, you should see a power supply. And you want to make sure you press this, the power switch, and to make sure it's actually off, try to power your PC on. If it's not powering on, good. Then unplug the power cable. The next step you want to do is to remove all wires going into the video card. So just unplug them, right? Then the next step, you want to be able to access your video card. So take off your side panel. So most cases have thumb screws on the back, but you may need a screwdriver for yours. It really depends. So my case is a little different. You got to take the top off first before you can take the side panel off. Now I gotta set my camera down so I can remove my glass side panel to make sure I don't break it. Okay, I already did this step, but a lot of graphics cards have power cables. Make sure you remove them. Then you want to grab a screwdriver, which I have right here. And you want to unscrew the screws holding your graphics card in. Okay, make sure you don't drop them. It's not that big of a deal usually if you do, but try not to. Okay, so both the screws are out. Next, on the slot, the PCI slot that's holding the graphics card in, you should see it right there, that silver one. On the right, you should see that little plastic switch. You want to, this one right here. You want to press it in with your finger. So there, I just pressed it, you see? That will allow you to actually remove the graphics card. So it's a little dusty because I haven't cleaned my case out, but there you go. It's as simple as that. See, one graphics card. Now, to put it in, it's the opposite, right? So you want to make sure you line the graphics card up with the PCI slot, and then you just push it in, right? And when that black little clamps back down, that means it's good. Now it's kind of hanging out right now, but that's okay. That's because I don't have the screws in. So now I'm gonna screw it in. I'm gonna use both hands for this just because it's harder to screw it in than screwing it out. And I don't have a magnetic screwdriver on me. Okay. All right, so as you can see, I screwed it back in. Then you take your power cables and make sure they're not touching any of the fans on the graphics card. You want to put them in the slot until you hear a clamp or like a little clicking sound. Yep. So now if you really want to check, just give it a little tug. Doesn't come out, you're good. Yep, perfect. And then you just put your side panel back on. Well, I guess first we can check to make sure that the PC is working, which, I mean, there's no reason to believe it wouldn't be, but might as well. So put your video cables back in. Okay, so I got a signal. And as you can see, the monitors are powering on. And if you see a splash screen, Let's see which monitor it chooses. There we go. See? Splash screen. That means that everything worked. So now you just put your side panel back on and you're done.